Alright guys, hope everyone's doing well. My topic and what I chose for my pitch was the healthy hard hat heroes, something I kind of came up with being a construction worker. Feel like it's definitely important and something that's actually ignored, especially in intensive labor type jobs, and that's what I'm here to actually discuss and why I think this pitch would be a good idea. And why I think I should actually put it into effect and not just make this a school assignment. So, like I said, healthy hard hat heroes is the idea that I came up with, and tell you why and what the problem is. Unfortunately, in construction, the workers, we don't have like the best eating habits because, like I said, everything is so close to us. Like down the street, just off the top of my head, we have 7-Eleven, we have a McDonald's. We also have, Burger King, just basically all your fast food major chains. And it's something to where we're in a time crunch. We either have 15 minutes sometimes we'll have 30 minutes. We do have a decent amount of lunch break, but we have so much to do throughout that we're feeling rushed. So we definitely need to eat as quick as possible. And most of the time that means we don't pack our own lunches or bring the healthiest of snacks. We'll just go to the store and pick up a quick, roll on the grill or a quick soda, and it makes us sluggish throughout the day. Especially if it's hot outside, then it's definitely a struggle for us, especially if you're drinking a lot of soda, not water. The next thing is we do have intensive contact with our workplace. And we are susceptible to nutritional insecurity, which is what I was kind of discussing. It's that we go through a motion of trying to figure out what we can eat throughout the day, and we're making quick decisions, and we're susceptible to poor nutrition, poor diets, and 3/4 of our guys, I'd have to say, are obese, definitely high in their body fat counts, and that's because they bring high fatty foods, or if the boss does take us out to eat, it's somewhere that is just not good for us. It's to a Sonic or something ridiculous, or some quick little pub bar, and it's just not doing it for us, and it makes us feel groggy throughout the day. We do, like I said, it's the same thing. We have easy access to fast food stores, and it doesn't help when it comes, to us bringing healthier lunches. Myself, just with going to the gym and trying to keep myself in shape, I bring my own lunch just because I know if I don't, then I'm faced with the situation that most of our guys at work are faced with, or anyone in construction or in some kind of other intensive labor job. We just have to make a quick decision, and I pack my meals the night, and I have a lot of guys ask me, I don't know how you do that, and it takes an extra 10 minutes out of our day to pack a meal. It doesn't take too long, and it's just, I feel better throughout the day, and I try to keep myself in good shape, and that's through my diet and my nutrition. And a lot of these guys just don't take good care of themselves, and they kind of are at that age where they don't feel like they got to take care of themselves, so they continue to eat the fast food that's down the street, or they continue to eat, or drink soda or high sugar energy drinks every morning. I gotta say that over half of our guys are drinking energy drinks instead of water, and we'll get a little bit further into that. But it is a problem for us. It's something that, in construction, like other jobs, you get a set lunch break, you get a good amount of time to eat your food, and probably a little more, less stressed, where you're not having to run around like your head's cut off and always having to focus on everything that's going on around you, because people can't get killed. And if you're not, if you're groggy or you don't feel well, then, that's your nutrition, and it has everything to do with how you feel the rest of the day and your focus level. And we'll get a little bit deeper into that. The next slide is, why we need an intervention. It is very important. We have, as it says here, poor diets and bad nutrition can have detrimental effect on manual laborers and contracts. contractors. This is affecting their morale, safety, productivity, and long-term health, according to a report by the International Labor Organization. And we don't have the best of diets. Like I said, I go to the gym, so it's nice for me to, push myself and want to keep that maintained. And that's why I try not to have a poor diet. But that's what made me want to start a program like this, is because I'm seeing that too many people, especially other construction companies that I drive by their job sites, it's just a lot of them guys are not eating well. They always have either Taco Bell in their hand, or they're, obese. And I'd have to say a lot of our guys are over 300 pounds easily. And it's just the way they were, raised, or they just feel it's too easy to get food down the street and don't feel like packing a lunch, and it ain't doing nothing to them. They're going to die anyway, is their mentality. And I'm trying to get them out of that mentality. And as you see there, the inadequate nourishment can cut productivity up to 20%. And there's a lot of truth to that. There's some times where I don't pack a meal, and when I do eat something fast or something really greasy or high in fat, it definitely throughout the day doesn't make me feel good. I feel tired. I feel groggy. I'm not paying attention like I should. And that's very important in construction, because you got things falling out of the sky or people driving machines around, and it's important to stay productive and trying to keep aware of your surroundings. It explains that the construction sector has disproportionately high incidences of accidents, injuries, and fatalities compared with other sectors, and that's due to somewhat poor nutrition. Like I was just discussing, it's something that our bodies aren't feeling well with the food that we're putting in, and it causes, our minds not to think clearly, or we feel tired, or we feel restless, and it just doesn't give us good focus factor. And it weakens the immune system, adversely affects an individual's mental health state, resulting in depression, mental ill health, mental sluggishness, leads to mistakes, lower output, even deaths. The role of nutrition is combating disease and thus reducing injuries on the work sites is unquestionable. Research on the nutrition of construction workers is therefore imperative. And like I said, it is imperative, because our lives are in our hands every day. And I'm not saying no one's job is like construction, but it is a job where you have to constantly keep your head on your shoulders. And, like it says, with mental sluggishness and lower output, our productivity goes down, because a lot of guys feel lazy after lunchtime. They don't really care. They want to get through the rest of their day. So it causes even our productivity to go down. And so like I said, we work in dangerous conditions. We provide services for the backbone of this society and can't even get a decent meal each day. I started to wonder if such conditions could impact the standards of work being done, or if there's anything that can be done to improve the eating situations of these workers. And there's also many other people in this job trying to kind of do the same thing, or realize that this type of work doesn't have the best diet and lifestyle. So I'm glad it's being studied on, and it is a situation that does need to be addressed and is imperative. I chose the action plan behavior, the theory of reason action plan behavior, and I did choose another one, but we can get into that because it was kind of between both. But as you see here, it's the theory of reason action. The theory of planned behavior suggests that a person's health is behavior and is determined by their intention to perform a behavior. A person's intention to perform a behavior before, their intentions is predicted by a person's attitude toward the behavior, or subjective norms regarding the behavior. Subjective norms are therefore a social and environmental surroundings and a person's perceived control over their behavior. Generally, positive attitude and positive subjective norms and greater perceived control and an increased likelihood of the intentions governing changes in behavior. Now, why I chose that is because I want to be a reason and give guys a reason to change their actions towards their diet and their lifestyle. And it's really hard to convince 50-year-old people that, hey, get in the gym or start eating better, start drinking more water. And it's hard to tell them that, because they're at that age to where they've lived their life and they don't really feel like they need to continue going any further. So, but my goal is to just make them realize, give them positive, like, hey, if you eat better, you're going to feel better in the afternoons. You're going to save more money from going to the store every single day, and you can pack a lunch that you're going to enjoy, and you're not having to cram down a bunch of nasty, fatty foods or drink that soda. So it's something that I definitely feel like this theory is towards my goal and mission. Also, the series used to provide useful information for planning and implementing health promotion and disease programs. It is a program I want to start and a mission that I want to go for on having these people, my fellow co-workers and other construction workers on other labor boards. I want it to be kind of a program where people can follow and know what they need to eat throughout the day and what they can't, have a meal planner, whatever they need to do. That's what I would like to do and start with. As well as I believe this is part of a health belief model. It incorporates this into my health plan. I'd like to plan this with the action of, the key elements of health belief models. They focus on individual beliefs about health conditions, which predict individual health-related behaviors. Like I continue to say, it's something I want to help these guys realize what they're doing to their bodies isn't the greatest thing, and that they can live better lives, healthier lives. And the only way that I can do that is to have maybe a program like this, and I'll discuss how I can bring that into action. It's good for short and long-term interventions, because a lot of these guys they'll start off and either love it and keep continuing to eat well and drink, well, and if not, then they're the short term and they just want to get it over with just to see if it's something that actually benefits them. Let's go to the next one. So what I've seen like I said in the beginning, is being a construction worker for almost 8 years. I realize it comes with unhealthy lifestyle. I know what it's like to feel rushed throughout the day. We're pushed to a different kind of element. We make fast choices, and sometimes we make the wrong ones. A lot of guys I work with never bring their own lunch. This is just, on a repeat, but they eat fast food, convenience stores down the road, and we have a lot of guys that call in sick throughout the day because, of course, they're not feeling well, or they ate something bad the night before, or their health, like I said, they're not getting the proper vitamins, they're not getting the proper nutrition throughout their food, the proteins, their carbs, their fats. So it's causing them not to feel their best, or their body to feel their best. And they also, if the guys are there, there's a lot of bathroom breaks, and normally restrooms, of course, in construction sites need to be cleaned out, but ours have to be cleaned out quite a bit because guys are just not eating the best of foods and always having to take trips to the bathroom, always having stomach aches. Also a cause of, why they're obese, eating the wrong foods and not watching their water intake, anything like that. And it's something I really want to help these guys with, and maybe broaden the horizons and help other companies with, because it's a serious problem. And I wanted to start this, because I want to discuss this with the owner of my company. This is how I want to, land this thing and make it work. I just want to discuss it with the owner of my company, and see if a program like this needs to exist. I'd like to find local restaurants in each of the job sites and that can provide hearty meals on a monthly basis. Maybe see if my boss can put money down where a monthly food plan would be right for us, and maybe help us out weekly with foods. And I propose that maybe we have a quarterly health seminar that every worker should attend, and that, of course, we get paid for, but we can learn about what this is doing to our health. And I think we should have mandatory physicals every year to see what our blood pressure levels are, glucose are, et cetera, body fat counts, and no pocket out of cuss. And then I'd like to speak with local water dispensaries like Zephyr Hills, and providing bottled water for us, because we do drink out of hoses, guys, and kegs, and it's not the best of water, and it's not very clean for us, and bringing our own water gets costly. So it's something I'd like to put into effect. Now, we already kind of went over this and why I chose the theories, and I'm proposing long-term interventions for construction companies around the world. And